Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this video. Welcome to Great Trading Lab. Before we get started, kindly click on the subscription button, like and share this video. I called out this trade USD CAD on the free Telegram. So if you are not on the free Telegram, kindly click on my profile and you are going to see the link of my free Telegram group just on my bio. So I dropped this trade, as you can see on the screen, on my free Telegram, and we had a movement of about 1:3. As you can see 1:3, but I didn't close the trade because I was expecting more bearish movement in the market, and we have a retrace back to our entry. But my first take profit was somewhere around this point, somewhere around here, but we didn't get to that point, and we have a retracement to the entry. But I'm still expecting price to go bearish, and like I'm expecting a whole lot of bearish movement soon. So I'm still holding this trade, and I also said something on my free group that I was going to explain why I extended my take profit from here to this point. So first of all, I want to go to my daily time frame. You know that whenever there is a break, there is always a retracement. That's why we are having this retracement. If you notice at this point here, we had a change of structure here. The market switched to bullish at this point here before this bearish movement. So when we had this bearish movement, there was no retracement. We changed structure. Now this is a higher low and this is the higher high. But now with the market switch from here, this is now the lower low and this is now the lower high. This is now the lower high and this is now the lower low, sorry, because this is the lowest point of the market and this is the lowest high point of the market. So we had a retracement back to this point where we had a change of structure. So I'm expecting a little bit of movement. I just pray don't take me out before the real sales come on. But I'm still holding this position in case it take me out. I'll also be looking for entry to enter more, because in case I'm stopped out of this position, it's a possibility because we're having a retracement on the daily, and my stop loss is just above this candlestick. I was not expecting this retracement so quick. I was thinking maybe we were going to have a retracement to this zone, then before we retrace this point and keep selling. But we have had this retracement already, and we are retracing back to this zone. So what I'm expecting is just a candlestick to come up a little bit and then melt down, like from this point. We just sell from this point. I know that at this point, before this was, before this we had a breakout from this point here. This was a lower high, and this was a lower low. This was a lower high, and then this was a lower low. But if you notice this candlestick, we just closed above this structure point. If you look at this candlestick very well, you see that we closed above this structure point. We closed and opened above. Yes, we closed and opened above the structure point. So now we are having a retracement after this point. Anytime there is a change of structure, there is always a retracement. I used to talk about it. If you watch on my YouTube videos, you are going to see when I talked about it. If That's if you are following my YouTube videos. Yeah, I love talking about it a lot. So I'm expecting a retracement back to this zone, then we will have a potential sell. But I just pray I don't get stopped out, because I don't really love why I say I don't love this position is because I would have preferred if my stop loss was somewhere here, but now it's going to make me now to be risking more. It's going to be making me to risk more, because why I say it's going to be making me to risk more is because I will not have to, with the position I'm on, I will not have to like increase my risks, and which I'm not ready to, because you can only risk what you are afford to lose, what you want to lose. That is what you risk. So I'm not willing to take that risk. So that is why my SL is here, and I have like 4 positions on this USD CAD, or 3 positions on this USD CAD, based on my risks. Yes, and I don't want to risk more than that, and that was why I was expecting price to get down to this point, to this zone, but we didn't have the move to the zone, and I'm still expecting a bearish movement, though the market is still very much bearish. On the weekly, let's go to the weekly. On the weekly, we are very much bearish, and I'm expecting a bearish movement soon, so for next week, because like this week candlestick here, these 2 candlestick, we have to fill this candlestick with like a full candlestick like this. Like we have to fill this candlestick. So I believe like next week we are going to fill this point here to this zone. So but on the daily, we just expect a little bit of movement to this point, then the sell is going to continue. So now on the weekly, why I am expecting this market to get down to this point, like I'm expecting the market to get down to this zone here, is because if we look here at this point, when we had this break of this structure, the market came to this point. From here it went up to this point, still came back to this point to tell you that it's a value zone, went up, still came back to this point, tried to push upward, price from this point push down, because now if you look very well, you see the market switched to a bearish movement. So we had that bearish movement, still back to this zone, but now below this zone, but price broke above it again, still telling you that this zone is a strong zone. You get, because we have had series of reaction on the zone. You know that before you call it a strong zone, you will have price react on that zone so many times, and then when you have price react on that zone so many times, you know that okay, this particular zone is a strong zone. So we had a reaction from here. We have also had a reaction from a price break below the zone, retrace, and then still broke above though. And when we broke above the zone, price still came back to this point, reacted on this same zone, and then started pushing up. You get, and since price pushed up to that point, price have not come below that point or broke below that point, and we are still in this second zone. So I'm expecting price, like, because from here we had a change of structure. From here the market was bullish in this point, and then we had a change of structure from here, and then this retracement here, because we retraced on this zone here. So, and then I'm expecting a bearish movement down to this point where the move all began, because this is where the move started from. This way the move started from. This is where the move started from. So I'm expecting a retracement back to this point. I'm expecting a retracement back to this point here. So this is it for the weekly. It's a swing trade though. Yes, it's a swing trade, not a day trade, because I'm a swing stroke day trader. So this is a swing trade and I'm expecting price to get down to 1.32993, approximately 1.3. Yes, 1.3300. So we are still very much bearish on USD CAD. If you also come to the daily, you're going to see the monthly, you're going to see we have a left shoulder here, we have a head, and then we have right shoulder. So we are still expecting a very serious bearish movement, but I'm going to take my trade out when we get to 1.3300, and this is it for USD CAD. And I know that God is going to give us the strength to sell down and the mind to hold the sell down to that point. So on the daily, I'm expecting a little bit of movement, maybe to the round psychological level at 1.36600. We have a retracement back to that psychological level. Let me bring my stop loss to the exact place it was. So that is when we may have these we may have a retracement to that psychological level. We know what a psychological level is. Psychological level is like a whole number. So we are having a retracement back to this psychological level, and then we have a sell to the downside. I was also on a trade on BTC USD, but we just have a very funny movement on BTC USD. We have a very funny movement on BTC USD. BTC USD, we are still very much bearish. Very much bearish. We are bearish on BTC. We had a break and a retest. We broke out from this zone and we had a retracement back to this zone, and then I took this trade here after this candlestick, and we're on profit, but we suddenly had this candlestick that engulfed this one and this two candlestick. But I'm still expecting the market to go bearish, like for us to fill up this particular weekly week here. But at the same time, I'm expecting a buy soon. Because if you followed my previous video, you're going to see why I'm expecting a buy on BTC USD, because I explained it on my previous video. So we'll be expecting a buy on BTC soon, but for now we are selling BTC and I'm on a sell on BTC, like a short sell on BTC. I've been selling BTC for some time now. If you are following my YouTube and also my free Telegram, you will see it when I posted it. I've been selling BTC USD. But what I'm expecting on this trade, I'm expecting a change of structure here. I'm expecting a drop from here. I'm expecting a bearish movement from here. So I'm still holding BTC sell and USD CAD sell. So these are the two sales that I'll still holding and will be holding next week. So I will be dropping like um the app outlook. I'll be looking out for next week. I will drop it. I will join it to this video and just going to make it one full video. But for now, this is what I'm expecting on USD CAD and BTC USD. So don't forget to click on the subscription button, and also don't forget to subscribe. Don't also forget to like and share this video. Thank you. I'm going to join the video to this video to make it a little bit longer, and then I'll be talking about the my outlook for the week, so that I will just be posting it at once. Thank you. Yes, welcome back to the channel. This is my outlook for next week, like trade I'll be looking out like to enter next week, if I should enter any trade, or the trade I'm holding go my way or hit SL. The trade I'll be waiting for next week. So this is Euro CAD. The Euro CAD presently is, I think, is bearish. Is very much bearish, but I'm expecting market to break above this point, and we have a retracement. Then we can buy from here to this point. So I'll be looking out to buy Euro CAD. I'll be buying Euro CAD. I will love this daily to break above this structure point, and then we have a retrace to the structure point. Then I'll be buying Euro CAD. Another trade I will love to enter next week is CHF JPY. CHF JPY just switch structure from the uptrend to a downtrend, and we are not just like trying to dive into the cells. We're not trying to dive into the cells. As you can see, before, price was creating higher highs, higher low and higher highs. So price have been creating higher highs, higher lows, and now we just had this brief change of structure. If we also go to the 1 week, the 1 week we are still bullish though, and where we are expecting price to reach is not also going to change the bullish movement of the market. 1 week we are bullish, 1 month we are very much bullish, but on the daily we have the change of structure, and on the 4 hours we are bearish, but I'll be entering this trade when we have a retracement back to this zone, back to the support zone. That's when I'll be like looking out to enter the trade, but it just depends next week, depending on how the other trade I am holding goes. This is the 2 trade I'll be looking out for. Euro CAD, let's check the higher time frame. On the 4 hours we are bullish, but I will be expecting, I will love price to break above this point here, like close above this one. something like this, like close above here, and then let's try to retrace this point. Yeah, we're looking for a buy from this point here. That is the only reason, and that is the only time I'll be interested in entering this trade. Like you will see this trade previously, I had similar trade here. I waited for this break, we had this break, and then we had this retracement. This first retracement self, like when we had this retracement, I bought from this point here. Bought from this point, and then after the buy we had the retracement again. I was like, this, the way the candlestick was and everything, if it was going to hit my stop loss, but we just had this swift movement to the upside. And now on the same thing, this is still the same trade that is going to repeat itself here, like the same trade, the same break and retest, and it will still be the same buy that I will be holding from this point. So it's going to still be the same trade. I'm expecting a break above that point, then we buy to the upside. As you see, that particular zone have been like a strong zone. That particular zone have been a strong zone. So from here we may be expecting Euro CAD to create new highs, like new highs. Yep. We'll be expecting Euro CAD to create new highs. Like you see, price have not broken this point. We are just at this zone. Price have not gotten to this point. But I think we'll break this high soon. I think we'll break this high soon. Yeah. That is the highest point of the market, but this is where this zone stops. So if we break above this zone, this high will be cleared. That is on the 1 month time frame. So we are just on a weekly. We are also on the weekly we are bearish on the weekly, but we are expecting like a retracement. That does not mean if we have the retracement, the market will not still be bearish. The market will still be bearish, because from here, this is the lowest point of the market. This is the lowest point of the market, and then this is the highest low point of the market. So even though we have that retracement, okay, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. So we'll be expecting this break and retest, then this buy. So this is it for my outlook for next week. Don't forget to click on the subscription button